How's it going, gang? It's a final render here, and welcome to another episode of Fallout 76 camp building. And we have a very special video for you guys today. We're going to be doing a video purely about the Mothman. There has obviously been a very cool Atomic Shop pack that has been released full of Cult of Mothman decorations, and people have wanted these kind of decorations for a long time. Most of the decorations we've had in the Atomic Shop has been quite nice modern things, but now we finally got something that's a little bit gritty, a little bit nasty, and just a little bit creepy. So we're going to be making a fantastic shrine and initiation ceremony cave for the Cult of Mothman. So if you want to go ahead and join the Cult of Mothman, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit like on the video, and I can't wait to see what you say in the comment section. So are you ready to show your appreciation for the fantastic and magnificent Mothman? Welcome to a cool little cave network at the very top of the map. Many of you guys may have seen this in other camp build videos. This is actually a very popular location just to the north of the Bailey family cabin. And the reason why this is quite a popular location is because you have got a very long twisty cave which goes all the way into the mountainside, which has already got some amenities in there already. It's got some wood for you to go and scavenge, it's got a cooking pot, it's got some sleeping area in there. Clearly people were living in here before the people were actually left out of the vaults. You could also find regular spawns of like radaway and stuff like that in here. But the reason why this is a cool location is because there is actually a hole in the roof of this cave. And if you jump up to the roof of the cave through this little hole, you actually get a little bit more cave and a second entrance in here. So people really like this because it's just a little bit different to a regular cave. And it also means you can kind of have like a two-story home inside this cave network. So people really like this location, and we're going to turn it into a Cult of Mothman shrine and clubhouse. Let's go. So the whole idea with this build is we're going to be building a dark, horrible cave where if you want to join the Cult of Mothman, you have to live in this cave for a certain amount of time. Once you have survived in the cave for that amount of time, you can join the cult. We're going to start off by having our cave decorations going on here. We're going to have the Mothman statue, of course we need that, along with the brand new smoke machine. Something we're going to be doing a lot in this video is showing the brand new Cult of Mothman decorations, which work really well, not just for this build, but other builds entirely, of course. I'm also going to light it pretty much entirely with candles, and we're definitely going to have some of these new wall torches that you can get. The pack actually gets you 3 or 4 different kinds of wall torches, which look really good. And we're also going to put some water in there as well so the person can stay alive, and also a Mothman sleeping bag. I haven't used this one before, but I'm going to put that down there just so I can sleep on it without getting bugs and stuff in me, as opposed to the other ones which give you diseases. I'm also going to put up some really creepy decorations. We've got the big owl there you can see in Helvetia. And we've also got these really nasty Cult of Mothman kind of bone decorations. Kind of reminds me of Blair Witch Project in a way. And we're also going to have a blood shrine in front of it so you can let your blood as a sacrifice to the Mothman. So basically everything down here is all about being a little bit creepy and all about the Mothman. So that if you want to join the cult, you must live in this cave completely by yourself until you have fully become one with the Mothman. The Mothman must be a part of you by the time you leave this cave. It's a place where you can just meditate and become one with the Great Lamp himself. So here we go with our little area done down here. This is a very nasty place, but it looks fantastic. Something I love about this place is that without the torches, it's pitch black in here at night. But with all these new torch decorations, I was literally able to just only put light on the things that I wanted to be visible. So therefore I put lots of lights around the Mothman himself, which only light up the Mothman, some lights only on the bones, which light up the bones, some lights only on the cool statues, which only light up the statues. It was kind of like being on a film set, you know, when you literally play with the light and only put the light on things which you want to be seen. So it's very cool. It's honestly some of the coolest decorations we have had so far, and they're generally really well done. Don't get me wrong, I love things like floors and tables and stuff, but these decorations have personality, and that's why I absolutely adore this Mothman pack right here. And now, of course, it is a cave network, and we really do need a way to get out of this cave. This is going to be the exit of the cave right here, and we don't want people coming in and disturbing the person who wants to become part of the Cult of Mothman. So we're going to have a very secure door, which looks very creepy, just so people know, hey, don't come in here. Do not come in here. We are literally having a very important religious ceremony going on in here. And here we go with the exit done. Looks very menacing, looks very cool. And something I really wanted to do with it was to try to give the impression that this could have been part of the base game. It's obviously not, and it looks a little bit camp decoration wise, don't get me wrong, but I think it does look like it kind of fits in with the actual cave entrance quite well. It does blend in with the actual mountainside pretty well, and I think that's a really nice thing. It really gives a nice idea of the kind of flavour I'm going for with this build. And now, of course, at the top of the cave for our second entrance, this is where our controller is going to live. We are going to have a little apartment up here where the person who is in charge of looking after the person who is down in the cave will live. The idea is that we've got kind of like a hermit up here. He lives by himself, or she lives by themselves, and just looks after the people who are currently going through their Cult of Mothman initiation ceremony. They come up here at the start of the ceremony, and then they drop them into the cave down below. No ladders, no stairs, they jump into the cave, and they have no escape until this hermit lets them out, once the actual ceremony is complete, and then they can be fully initiated into the Cult of Mothman. We're going to go with a very small little apartment here. It's kind of like an apartment slash control room in a way. We're going to go ahead and make a really cool apartment with some stone steps to get inside, which I've actually managed to glitch together, so you actually get 2 sets of stairs as one. And we're also going to power it with a wind generator and use the power conduits, of course, to keep it all powered, because I don't like wires. Wires are very, very obnoxious in this game because they just hang everywhere and no one wants that. And of course, I'm also going to build a tower around my wind generator. I love doing this in the builds. Build a little tower around it. It can be quite tricky to do, but if you can get it to work, it looks really good. You definitely want your wind turbine protected from the elements and also any monsters and stuff like that. So therefore, power generator is never going to get blown up. And the way this works is that we have one entrance which goes down by the side of the apartment with a window. There you can pass through all of your belongings, all of your clothes, everything like that. And then you'll go into this little cave here, and then jump down into the hole. And you could be in there for days, months, years, however long it takes for you to become one with the Mothman. That's how long you'll be in there for. And now we're going to start decorating the apartment. What I wanted to do with this apartment was kind of make it look like the hermit who lives here has had some basic things put in, like a bed and the lamps, you know, which actually look very Mothman. But then he's also added his own decorations, which are just things like posters and statues and tables and stuff, because they've lived here for a long time. So therefore, some basics were provided that look very Mothman-y, but everything else has been added by the hermit, look all new and shiny. Something which I've done quite a lot in this build was have lots of wall decorations packed very close together, and the way I typically do that is that I place down all of my furniture, and then I simply remove the wall, add all the posters onto the wall separately, and then put the wall back on later. It's actually a very nice and easy way to put wall decorations up and make them match where your locations of your furniture go as well. I think it's a very nice, easy way to ensure you don't have to move too much furniture in order to add new posters and stuff like that. You can just take the wall off and put the poster onto the wall, then put the wall back. Fantastic tip, I'd say. And of course, we do have some very nice Mothman decorations in here, as well as some of the original ones. We've also got some brand new decorations from the 4th of July sale, and also from the Nuclear Winter game mode. So here we are, with our little apartment and office fully done. I really like this little section here. It's very small, it's very confined, but it definitely sells the idea that I wanted to do. I wanted to have one little room where one person lives and just keeps an eye on the person in the cave. Make sure the person in the cave doesn't die when they're doing their initiation ceremony. So to do with that, we have got lots of storage in here to where the person who lives here can store all of the belongings of the person in the cave, all their clothes, all their weapons, all of their personal essentials, can stay in here locked away safe, and this person can look after those essentials, whilst also keeping an eye on the individual who is in there themselves, as well as making a nice little home for the hermit to live in, of course. So here we are with the build done. It's actually really nice and subtle, this one, since all the building is mostly inside the cave. You don't really know there's a camp there unless you just stumbled upon it directly. You'd have no idea. You wouldn't see a tall structure in the distance, for example. Going down the little cave and into our Cult of Mothman shrine is terrifying. This is generally a very scary place and I adore it. And as I said, it's pitch black in here normally at night, so I think we've done a really good job of decorating and putting the lights up to only illuminate what needs to be illuminated. Very nasty place, and if you can survive in here, you can join the Cult of Mothman. And of course at the top, we have our fantastic little apartment where our control officer and hermit live. They've got things like televisions, they've got a computer monitor, they've got the storage to keep all the person's belongings, so they can fully keep an eye on the person in there, make sure they don't die or get ill when they're in there. And of course they can stay up here, almost kind of like part of their own religious beliefs to do with the Cult of Mothman. Obviously, you know, they get to live in total solitude. They live by themselves as a way to honour the Cult of Mothman himself. And of course, we also have lots of lamps in here as well. So just in case the Mothman turns up, he or she will feel right at home, of course. And the nice thing I like about this is that the awesome Cult of Mothman decorations are so good. They are easily some of my favourite new decorations that have been added to the game. As I said, I love fun little plushies, I love fun lamps, I like cool posters, but these decorations have a lot of character and personality, so I adore them. Thank you very much for watching this video, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to check out all the cool Patreon people in the description below who help support the channel with their financial donations, and the YouTube members, of course. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but honestly, there's been lots of news to do with stuff outside of camp building, so that's why, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye for now.